The 1911 pistol, designed by John Browning, is unquestionably one of the most successful handgun designs of all time. In this video series, we'll demonstrate how to field strip, clean, lubricate, and reassemble this iconic pistol. Before field stripping any firearm, first check to make sure the gun is completely unloaded. Visually and physically inspect the chamber and remove the magazine. Once you're sure the gun is empty and all possible ammunition sources have been removed from the work area, disassembly can begin. Since we'll be working with springs under tension, begin first by putting on safety glasses. We'll start with the slide closed. Depress the recoil spring plug and rotate the barrel bushing clockwise. If the bushing's too tight to turn by hand, use a bushing wrench and be careful to control the spring and plug as they clear the bushing. Now the slide's no longer under spring pressure and can be moved easily to the rear. Line up the disassembly notch in the slide with the rear of the slide stop. That will allow the slide stop to be pushed from the opposite side just far enough to clear the slide. Now the slide is free to come off the front of the frame. With the slide off the frame, we can remove the recoil guide rod and spring from the rear and set it aside. Next, we rotate the bushing counterclockwise until the lug is just clear. Make sure the link is folded forward and push the barrel along with the bushing out of the front. At this point, the gun is field stripped, but you can go a bit farther by removing the firing pin and extractor. You may want to do this since fouling can interfere with these parts. It doesn't have to be done every time you clean the gun, but if you shoot a lot, you should completely strip the slide at least once a year. To remove the firing pin and extractor, use a punch or a specialized tool like this Brownell's extractor removal tool to press the firing pin and pull down on the firing pin stop to slide it out of its recess. As with the recoil spring, be mindful of where you're pointing the gun as the firing pin is under spring pressure. A well-placed thumb or finger at this point will keep the firing pin and spring from flying across the room. Now we can pull out the firing pin and remove the extractor. Most times you can hook a small screwdriver into the groove on the extractor to pull it out. But if the hook catches in the front, you can use an extractor tool to gently lever the hook into the tunnel and push it far enough to the rear so that it can be pulled out. Since we're only field stripping in this series, we won't disassemble any components out of the frame. The 1911 has many parts and is not the most intuitive pistol to field strip. If you feel you need to go farther than basic field stripping, we recommend taking your pistol to a qualified gunsmith or get a good manual that describes the complete takedown procedure. The 1911 Shop Manual by Jerry Kuhnhausen is an excellent reference for this. For our purposes, we'll remove the grips and stop there. At this point, the gun is field stripped, and in the next video, we'll be covering proper cleaning.